5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. How about it? It is Friday here on the East Coast. Here in New York, we are drying out from the weather in New Jersey as well. We've had tornadoes. You'd have thought we were somewhere down in Tennessee or Tornado Alley. All right, we've got Veronica from Down Under checking in with us. That's great. Good morning, girl. Veronica's a talented artist down in down south, down under, in the land of what are they having right now? Confinement to their home because of the COVID thing. So
you mean down under where Hugh Jackman is from?
Yes, Hugh Jackman, another handsome man like our guest today. So I'm going to just tell everybody. Can I tell everybody? Who
yes, it's Irish.
Irishman. Here he is.
What is happening?
What's happening? What's happening in Detroit, brother?
It's Detroit. It's always something happening. They got arts, beats, and eats going on. They got Stone Temple Pilots down there today. I'm thinking about scooting down there and checking it out. But is it Stone Temple Pilots without?
I know.
I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard. I know.
I'd go check them out just to give them the shot. You know, they deserve it. If they got a good guy, you got to hope the band knows, and they're not just doing some icky guy who they're just gonna have a shitty band, and you know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when that happens to a great band. and sometimes I know of a few that I won't mention, but it's like they're so much better together. And when they don't play together, it's just like, I don't want to hear the song without the other guys. It's again, I keep an open mind though. I'm often entertained by somebody who you think's going to be awful and then they're great. So getting back to our guest, aside from Irish and Jules, the one and only, we have a great guest today. For the ladies in the house, I will tell you, this guy he's what I'd have to say. He's a hunk, man. And I don't mean that in a gay way, but that is a handsome man.
Even if you did. It's totally cool.
You know what? He totally is Hercules. Other than Irish, we're going to get Irish into something. I don't know, man.
Irish has
I know
something.
this. At all public events, dude, once you get over here in our environment, man, we don't need security, brother. We got you.
Gotcha.
So
I'm Neil Van Erdy's very own version of Hercules.
Oh, there you go. Look at that,
man.
I could even be considered a trailer park Hercules.
Hey, look, I won't say shit. I've lived in a trailer, and shit happens.
I'm good with it. I like it.
So everybody, we have Mr. Kevin Sorbo coming on today. He'll be on shortly, and there you go. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
You look like you're already in the afterglow, Julie, and you haven't even talked to him yet this morning. I mean, you look you're excited to see Mr. Sorbo, aren't you?
Of course. I mean, he's Kevin Sorbo. I followed him from, started, of course, with Hercules, then on to Andromeda, Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, and I'm the biggest sci-fi geek on the planet. So, I'm a Trekkie.
You do have that nerd in you, yes.
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. So when it came, it was, Star Trek, it was Gene Roddenberry of Star Trek, fame and everything, and I was like, oh, when I checked out Andromeda, then of course Kevin was on. I'm like, oh yeah. See, I'm the kind of person where I can't watch a series unless there's a hot dude in it, right? If there's a hot guy in it and the show is good, I can do it. When it's like
that's why I watch these Mexican shows, like on Netflix. They have Pablo, killing Pablo, biting Pablo, chasing Pablo, long dogging Pablo. Speaking of long dogging, look at what I have here, Julie.
I don't know how that has everything to do with long dogging, but okay. What do you have?
I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh, are you going to show us what we have?
You see what I have here?
Yes, a big parcel.
Ah, and we have to say what it could be in it.
What's in Neil's package?
Thank you.
You knew you wanted to say it.
I did. And
so here's a cool little thing, though, right?
Is it moist?
Oh.
Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
This might be I'm afraid to open it.
Now I'm afraid.
You just don't know what it might be.
Yeah, I'm scared.
All right, that's awful nice to hear.
I can't see anything. It must be a green, I'm betting. Because to Neil, love...
Yeah, it's transparent. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's
because we can't see it.
Yeah, it's transparent, so it must be green. Is it green?
Okay, it says, to Neil, love being on Live with Neve. Mark Drubecki.
All right.
Mark Drubey?
Mark Drubey.
Of Survivor.
Very
the
cool.
drummer who
and he
was
didn't
on.
just
It was so much fun.
and he didn't just think of me. He thought of you, Julie.
Who doesn't?
This.
No, thanks.
Brand new.
Oh,
2 Jules.
Wow.
Thanks for having me on Live with Neve.
Sweet.
Aww.
Those are going on the wall.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. I'm so flattered. Thank you.
And
That's
here's
so
his
sweet of
actual
you.
signature when Vic Firth used to make his signature model.
Oh,
You know what I think
wow.
would be funny is we tell all of our drummers friends to call Vic Firth and start ordering these drumsticks. Just order them saying, I've got to have the Mark, I got to have his stick. And like, I'll order a case of them, and then you order a case of them like a few months later, or even just do one a month later. It'll freak them out. They'll be like, what the fuck? Do we even have any cases of this left? I mean, you know how these places run. But at any rate, Mark Drubey from Survivor, thank you. Guys, if you like Survivor and want to hear,
I hate I missed that, man. I hate I missed it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I know.
I had to work that day. Stupid work.
What word? Moist?
No, work. He had to work.
Work. Yeah. You have to have work like
How
this
do you
where
get
you
moist
enjoy
when
what
it's
you're doing.
opposite?
I don't know. It just goes that way sometimes. So here's a
Yes.
cool little tidbit, right? So in the joint, we watch series. When you're in prison, like, you dedicate yourself to every series you can find to kill time.
Right.
And I think I've probably seen every single episode of Hercules and Xena 4 or 5 times.
I was married to Xena, so forget about
Oh God,
it.
let's please don't bring that up. Please
I was.
don't go there. Yeah,
No,
but please don't go.
she was
please.
fine. We're gonna run her on a leash. I'm gonna have her on the show next week. I'm gonna run her down the street on my car,
please.
the Jaguar
Oh,
with the top down. It's gonna be called Neil's reunion with his ex.
Jesus God.
I'm gonna
please
get
don't
her
go
all
there.
drugged up and then run around town with her, like a gimp. I'll have a ball gag in her and run her. She needs exercise.
Okay.
So anyway,
Reining it in, Neil. Reining it in.
Hopefully, I'm going to be on my best behavior because we do have a guest today who we respect and like, and we respect.
You're doing
and
such a
like
great
all
job
of
so
our
far.
guests. I know I'm doing a great job, huh? You've got it on tape. Oh, what do you got? That spinny deal?
Fidget thing, man. I found a little green one, and they're kind of fun.
Yeah, it
I don't
glows
get
in the
it.
dark. Or no, black light would be maybe the thing. I'm having a flashback back to the '70s right now, and God knows what. There's bats in the studio. Jesus Christ.
It's just Irish's fidget spinner.
It's the fidget put me into a flashback, man. That's bad news.
Well, Mike's not able to join us this morning live, but he did send us something, a rant, and it's.
We like Mike's rants.
Yeah, let me make sure I have the right one. You know what? I just
Right.
realized it might not.
We'll
have the
see
right one in there for him.
if he's calmed
Yeah.
down since last week.
Probably
Yeah, so-
not. Let's say
No,
no.
I think I got
Running
the wrong
around the
one
country
here.
with
Wait
that
a sec.
good-looking blonde, he's up to all kinds of no good.
I know. Mike, where'd you go, bro?
Hey, don't worry, we'll
Bro.
get Mike on. Mike's already on right now as we speak.
Yeah, he's on.
He's on a vacation, enjoying himself.
He is
which
on
cool.
vacation to
Absolutely.
enjoy himself. So
I live
Absolutely.
vicariously watching him. He's been like so many places.
Look, have
I've
you seen
been
the
through.
pictures he posts and where he's
Yeah.
going? He's going to see some cool stuff.
He is. He's
Yeah.
definitely got a great itinerary. And I wonder if he's back to weighing every item in his trailer.
I don't know. But
You know what? Betting on Mike that he has totally memorized the table of periodic elements, and he's using that for the weight guide to where he puts things.
So
the
he uses
density,
stones?
the structure of it, the tensile strength. He's got it all worked out in this elaborate spreadsheet in his head.
So he measures everything in stones?
Yes, we always do.
And now weighing in at 17
to find out what Dave weighs.
Oh my
rotten
goodness
bastard.
gracious! Oh my goodness gracious me! You know what? We might go to Mike and we might have a little rerun from him today, but that's cool.
That's
I'll have his
okay.
other
You know what
one
we'll do? We'll
So
pull up
we'll go on him.
Irish's. If we run, if we need a little time, we can put Irish. Oh yeah.
He actually. Oh yeah. I know what you mean, Pam. Yeah, that's what he was trying to send us was stuff from his trip. So fortunately, here I've got different.
I saw one of them on there. He was talking about people driving. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everything he does is funny. The guy's hilarious.
I'm so glad he's back in form again. He seems to be back on his mojo and got his game on. He's
well,
he's acting like
Mike is Mike when he's pissed off. That's when you know he's feeling great.
Oh yeah.
I can't take it no more.
I can. Right.
You bastards.
I'm done. Yeah,
See,
that's
if
it.
we were doing the show live, I would sit here and kind of judge the mental state of everyone, and like in his case, I could pop him a Percocet every once in a while.
Just have a slingshot. You can just sling one in the back of his
Right, just like quickly, or even get a pill gun you use for dogs. Blink. It'll
no,
the Adam's apple.
No. Poor guy. Hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and play this rant. I know it's one we've had, but it's a good one, an oldie but a goodie. So here we go.
All
Thank
right.
you, Mike. Take it away.
Hey guys and girls, I am back.
Well, he was back.
He's back. You know what really makes my ass crack?
What's that?
Is hearing some of this crap going on. We got people fighting over their masks. They're fighting over their fucking guns. They're fighting over their dick size. And what do we got? A bunch of lunatics running amok.
Poor Mike. Oh.
I'm telling you, Mike. Oh, I did my best. Mike will have to be back to really kill it.
You clearly need to bring it up a little bit. We got to have.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just not.
Your face has got to turn red. That once you get the vein
thing
coming through, that's when you know you got Mike nailed. You say, "Okay, that's it. I can't take no more of this shit. I got a ring."
Yeah,
dude.
When he's got that blood thing popping. That's why I'm concerned he might stroke out on the show. That would not be good.
I mean, the good thing is we can monitor him. You can literally see the heartbeat beating there. So okay,
that's true.
We know. Okay,
iWatch
he's still good. Yep, he's still good. He's still. Oh shit, we're gonna fib.
We should just put an iWatch on his forehead so it'll monitor his blood pressure, his GPS position,
the iWatch headband.
Yeah, there you go, man.
It's not a fitness craze; it's a mental health craze.
Why haven't we done this sooner? That's another product available from Rudeco, the special host of the Live with Neve show. If you need it rude, call Rudeco.
Rude and crude.
Rude and crude.
We got to come up with, rude. If you're gonna have it, you got to have it's got to have the dots in there. Everything has the dots anymore.
Yes, that's true.
It's like dare or. Fam or damn or whatever the hell they're going to put out there, but there's always some ridiculous long thing that they put in there. It's like it was catchy maybe in the 80s,
I love the
they've
disclaimers.
overdone it.
I actually was in the store the other day and there was some frozen meat, which, I prefer my meat fresh. I don't really generally like frozen meat. So I'm looking at it and on the label it said fucking gluten-free. I'm sorry. It should be. Somebody went to marketing school and failed miserably. Got out, and their dad or something owns some big company, and they dropped him off in the marketing department, and he's just put this awful shit together. And can I tell you, it's the things that make me crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey
like
guys,
StreamYard flaking. We love StreamYard, and they did a great job helping us out. But crikey, man, there's days we want to. I could do a 3-point shot with my head on the days when the show goes black. Poor Julie's like, she's like raging.
So speaking of, why don't we go to a break really quick and take care of that, do that, and then we'll be right back.
When we come back, let's have the recording of Irish's Tormentor. Can we bring that up?
Irish's tormentor? I don't know.
Yeah, the little pest control weirdos.
Oh God, Leo!
Let's see.
Leo!
Our customer
We'll
service.
figure about that in a minute. All right, I'll
All
talk
right.
to you guys in a bit. We'll be right back.
They sentenced me to 20 years of boredom for trying to change the system from within. I'm coming now, I'm coming to reward them.
Hi, everybody. Neve from Live with Neve. We're just having a little fun driver here, so please PayPal me / at Live with Neve. All right, everybody. Here's Big Daddy Candy. You're on Live with Neve, and I'm going to find out where my partners in crime are here. There's Jules. Oh, Jules gone down. I think it's just you and I.
We are here, brother. We are here.
Well, we're
We
here.
are live in
Jules-
living color.
Jules is-
Clearly, because
Oh,
I'm
man.
pink.
Added to stream. She's not here. Oh, there she is. Add to stream. Where did she go? I could see her.
We
down
got
below.
technical difficulties, I tell you. We got problems.
All right, everybody. We're going to have a technical standby moment. Julie is currently powdering her nose, moosing and sprucing before Mr. Sorbo comes in. You see, she doesn't do that for you and me, Irish.
We're
think-
chopped liver, brother. It's Kevin Sorbo.
She did like you with the red lipstick, though, she said. Thought that was very becoming.
I drank the Kool-Aid, you know, and then I looked up, I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad color for me.
Yeah, what the hell?
Right?
I mean, you remember being a kid and, like, drinking, like, Kool-Aid? Your tongue would get all red, and you'd run up to the little girls and be like, ah!
Yep. The purple, the red, all the green, you know, all that stuff.
Green.
And then we watched wrestling, and everybody's tongue was red, and all the kids wanted to be wrestlers, so everybody's
Yeah,
tongue
and
was
they're
just
jumping
a different
off
color,
the couch onto Dad's, like, gun rack, and, you know, people are dying, and
destroying
then
everything.
Daddy gets up out of the bedroom, gets up off his nephew. No, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to behave today. I'm really sorry. Julie's
no.
not here. Thank God. I'm
The second Jules
she
leaves,
is.
you just get out of control.
okay, Jules. Welcome back to the land of the living. We don't hear you yet, but we love you.
But yeah, so
There you go. You're back.
I can't take this anymore.
There, open your mouth.
Jesus.
There you go.
I can't take anymore.
20 milligrams of Valium, orally ingested.
Oh my God, that doesn't help. 30 milligrams doesn't help. Shit doesn't help. So,
Then we'll have to take you as you are, clean and fresh, for Kevin.
so anyways, what were we doing? What were we talking about when I got booted off again?
We were.
I'm
let's
out
just
over
change
this.
the topic from what we were talking about. Let's do
Okay,
that.
what were we talking about?
No,
Oh God, I don't want to
youthful
know.
indiscretion. Yeah, it was youthful indiscretion.
Okay, that's
left-
good.
Kevin's
You
not
left
in
the
the room
children
yet.
out. You left the children unsupervised for 2 seconds. That's what happens. So
We
So,
got two
okay.
drummers. I mean, you know, this is like we're a brain trust. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure between my room and Neil's room, we have 40 or 50 pairs of sticks. I got drums. I got practice pads. Yeah, it's just don't leave us alone ever again. Ever.
Well, trust me, it's not my
You'll have the FCC
choice.
or somebody will regulate it. Some dark secret operatives from the CIA or some alphabet soup letter investigatory
Catch me if you can,
agency will be
Kappa.
after us.
Yeah, really. Okay, so just a little bit about Kevin. I'm sure most people know. So we, Kevin Sorbo is going to be here shortly, and he has a company called production company called Wildfire Films LLC. Please check it out. It's his own production company, and he's doing a lot of movies. If you can see in the upper right hand corner here or stage left of the Miracle in East Texas. That's one of his upcoming films, Miracle in East Texas, and that's going to be released later on this year or coming up soon. And Kevin will, of course, tell us all about that. He's also if any of you have read about some of his altruistic work that he does, he works with the National Stroke Awareness Foundation with them as well, and he has a story for that, and so we'll get to hear that hopefully, along with some other cool stuff that Kevin has going on. So he was. He had expressed that he was going to be here shortly, so we'll be soon. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. He was fun yesterday.
What was the organization for strokes?
Yeah, I believe the National Stroke Awareness Foundation or the National Stroke Association. I apologize. I don't mean to be screwing up another company's name or anything like that. So, or any of these charities.
My grandfather had a stroke when I was a kid, man. That shit's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's like one of those things you fear, you know. I have a friend of mine, Tampa Dave, who I love him to death. He's one of my best friends in life. And he had a stroke 2 years ago. And he's lucky to be alive, but, you know, he's he has to live in a nursing home, has, constant care, and it's just terrible. I miss that.
Yeah, my grandfather had his stroke, and he it was weird because he was such a big talker. And then the next thing you know, he couldn't speak, and it was just like, oh my God, what happened? I mean, he eventually, relearned, but a stroke it's a creepy.
My
creepy
guitar
thing.
player had one, and tell me if this wasn't cause and effect. I'm not making a joke of having a stroke, but in this case, even Jack would laugh. The guy gets married to a teenage sweetheart who he hasn't seen in 40 years. They hook up via the internet. They meet up. Sparks fly. Of course, they think of this mental picture of a beautiful, happy ending marriage, with the house here at the beach, and everything's going to be peachy. Well, a couple of years later, they decide, she has him down, they live together for a while, and they go to get married on the beach here in town, just right down from my house here. And they were bringing all the flower things and the little gate thing you walk through, all the wedding shit. Which, just take that stuff and light it on fire before the wedding. Just get it over with. You're going to burn the house down and hate each other in a year or two anyway. So,
sometimes.
I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just not a match. And when you get to older age like myself, I'm a seasoned citizen this year. At any rate, I'm well seasoned. We know that. But, what was I going to say? I'm totally
I don't know.
You got
I don't
know.
I don't know. Okay. So I wanted to share again. I've shared this a few times. My shirt here is Raise Your Freak. Now that's Raise Your Frequency, and a friend and colleague of mine, Maria Malik, who we hope to have on the show sometime. This is one of her charities. This is one of her missions in life, is to help people raise their frequency, with self-awareness, all that stuff. And she does a lot of cool things. She does a big health wellness area, and she uses essential oils. She's a plethora of information. And we've been talking back and forth, trying to find a date and time that works best for all of us to have her on. So hopefully we'll have her on soon. So Maria, this is for you. Raise Your Freak. I wear it, and thank you.
This is for all of us.
We've got to
right
get
here.
some of those T-shirts, Julie.
Yeah, I'll ask her. Yeah, she's great. And of course, I just wanted to show off my awesome my picks and stuff again from my guitarist, Johnny Schwanard. And
right,
I've got the cool and I've got the awesome hats that Marie makes and stuff like that don't fit over my headphones at the moment, but very cool.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing some fun stuff soon. They're going to be going on wide, selling all of their great costumes, all of the artwork that they do, everything. So we'll keep you posted on that as well, because they have a lot going on too, or creatively. So Marie and Johnny Schwainard, we're going to have them on again and do some more fun stuff with them. So
absolutely, they make a fine hat. As does our other favorite hat makers, Gone
That's
Country.
Right.
I always wear a Gone Country hat. In fact,
I know which one I want to. I went and looked at those.
They've got a whole new line coming out, man. They have a whole new line of stuff that's coming out. I don't know when, but we'll find out from Kevin and Judy.
Good deal.
Yeah.
They got some cool hats. They got
good
some
folks.
really cool hats.
Really
because
are.
you think of a country hat, sometimes it's just a little but then you get into those ones, and those are cool. I like those.
They are. They make a good hat, and pardon me.
Bless you.
Yes. I don't know what's going. Oh, it's that COVID.
Take it easy, my son.
Hey, are you all right there? We need to get you a cough
fine.
button. Cough button.
I know, cough button. I need to get a cough drop. Glunk.
I'll just get the pill gun we were talking about earlier. I'll shoot a Halls in his mouth from Detroit.
There you go. Perfect. I like the Blue Death Halls, the ones that make you like, it's like.
Oh, God.
It's like taking Vicks and rubbing around your mouth. You know, your whole brain explodes in a field of
It's
light.
a little bit much.
Yeah, right.
It's like extra duty NyQuil. As if regular NyQuil is not enough to fuck you up. You need extended grade.
Oh my God! When I
It's
had
it's
COVID, I did
alcoholic grade.
NyQuil. Oh,
The Green Death.
brought me.
Oh,
Really?
gosh. Yeah, that stuff will put you in a coma.
I couldn't sleep because I couldn't stop coughing, and so I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I'm taking like these multi doses of vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin DB12, you know, all the stuff. But I took that NyQuil and I went to sleep for frickin' ever.
Yeah, in the 70s, we just used Quaaludes for that.
Nice.
Yeah,
They're a little before your time, young man.
yeah, you're getting kind of old, buddy.
It's too bad, though, because they were great fun.
Okay.
I've heard stories for sure.
Hey, look, you know, those were all youthful indulgences. I mean, I'm completely legit and legal, man. I just do approved and physician-approved medications.
Yeah, you get lessons, that's for sure.
And I got God as my co-pilot, which if you've ever driven with me, it's a good fucking thing.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, you do well, Neil. You drive that Jaguar very, very nicely.
I thought I kept you safe.
Oh, you did. And the seatbelt. Sure did, yeah. The brakes and the seatbelt.
And the white knuckles on the dashboard with the eyes closed, hoping that we get to our destinations quickly, speedily, and
she
safe.
did seem to leave some scratches in the seats, but that's okay.
Well, you could just tell people.
Enthusiasm.
There you go.
That's what I'm reading it as. I'll tell you a funny story. We had a photographer once that we had to work with, and we had to go far away to shoot. And I won't use the name or anything because she's a really nice person. But the first meeting, as often in first meetings, you can misread someone, and it turned into kind of a difficult situation. Like, we're supposed to leave at 5 o'clock from New Jersey to go to upstate New York, up to the Adirondacks.
Yep.
4 or 5 hour drive.
Sure.
We take off, and as we're driving, her son hurts his arm, and so she's wanting us to she was thinking heavily about driving back, which would have been fine while we were in New Jersey. But this continued in the car, and my friend is in the back smoking a cigarette, and she starts going, and at any rate, Jack then, like, she goes, she got offended by the smoke, so he puts that out. And then it's alleged somebody opened up a joint and started passing it. Or no, it was a one-hitter.
Okay. Well, cool.
Anyway,
yeah, that's great.
I'm going to go to the end. It's short.
I'm sorry.
Bottom line is, she started to complain and then said that we had to be home that night. So I immediately put the car into hyperdrive to get us all 5 hours away.
Yeah.
And she kept ragging on me to go faster, which you don't.
Oh my gosh.
In the car. Poor Annie she was used to driving, but it was a great fun night. I'm gonna leave it at that. Where are we going? What's the break? Who we have?
We have Mr. Kevin Sorbo, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome, Kevin. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. Hey, so please tell us what's going on. First, take a deep breath. And
Release.
Yes. So tell us, Kevin, tell us what we have going on. I know you have so much. Your IMDb and all of the films and the productions you have coming up, going on. The list goes on and on. You're just, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Much to Hollywood chagrin, I'm staying busy. So I'm doing movies with a good message, because I think we need more things out there that have some hope and love and laughter and redemption and faith. And there's enough anger and hatred and divisiveness in the world that I'm trying to do movies. Well, I am doing movies that actually promote something more positive instead of negative. And thank God it's still staying busy. Just finished the Reagan movie with Dennis Quaid. I play pastor. I'm about to head to Canada. I'm directing and acting in the next Left Behind movie. And got a movie in theaters right now called The Girl Who Believes in Miracles with Peter Coyote and Mira Sorvino. And I've got another one that just started streaming called One Nation Under God. And then I've got another one that's coming in theaters in January that I directed called Miracle in East Texas. And
Yes.
that'll be out in theaters late January. And that's with John Ratzenberger and Tyler Mane, and of course the amazing Lou Gossett Jr. So
Wow.
Wow. Very impressive.
Kevin, that is all great. Go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to ask you a question. Is there anything that you have not done yet in your life that you have on your list that you could hope to achieve that's far beyond what you're doing now?
I want to skydive.
Oh, I've done that. I've been there.
Yeah, my son did it. I got invited years ago to go with the Golden Knights. And
So did I. So did I. Yes, that's who I jump with.
Did you do it out in Arizona?
No, over in Zephyr Hills in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, I did a movie in French Lick, Indiana, and we had a lot of Apache helicopters. They're of course now over at the Taliban. We don't have them anymore. But anyway, I got invited, and the weekend that I was supposed to go, I was supposed to go with oh gosh, who's going to go with me? My mind is going blank. It'll come to me. But I had a movie I had to do. So it's one of those things that I want to get to eventually. I'm not going to say I'm brave about doing it, but I definitely give it a go.
I can tell you when I did it, it was the most bizarre feeling because your brain doesn't know how to process it. So it was like, for me, I instantly held my breath and like you're jumping into a swimming pool because that was the closest comparison. And yes, I did with the Golden Knights too. Is when I was an intern at 90 Rocky here in Tampa. I started in radio there, and that's what I did. It was supposed to be throw the intern out of the airplane. And I forgot to yes.
DJ pastime.
Yes, of course.
I like to say I would do it, but I'm real tough on the ground.
I'll bring you up, man. I'll be your guy. You'll be fine.
I don't know.
So,
you don't want me packing your shit.
No, let's not leave those to the pros.
I love you, brother, but let's stick to music and drums, okay?
So Kevin, what other, what do you have any goals that you haven't gotten to yet? You're a remarkable guy, and I find you inspirational in the fact that you do so much and you're incredibly busy. And
well, I just like to stay busy. I mean, I'm really doing a lot more documentaries lately as well. I think I just finished my 7th or 8th one recently. I had the #1 documentary that I narrated on Amazon for about 5 months. It's called Before the Wrath. People can go to beforethewrath.com. It's on the Book of Revelation. It's pretty fascinating, pretty educational.
Yeah.
That same company, I just did the narration for Eating with the Enemy. It deals with the Last Supper and the 12 disciples. Pretty fascinating there as well. And I did one with John Lennox that people can go check out called Against the Tide. John Lennox is a retired math professor from Oxford University, but he's a renowned apologist. He's debated Dawkins, Hitchens, Singer, all the great atheists of the world. So we spent 3 weeks in Oxford, England, and 2 weeks in Israel with him. And I narrate it, but I'm also on camera with him. And
great.
John Lennox is just brilliant. He's just amazing. I sort of I ask the questions that, an atheist would ask, or a Gnostic, or even a Christian would ask. It's sort of a variant of questions I throw at him, and he just goes. I mean, he's just unbelievable.
And that's what I wanted to point out. I wanted to bring that up. So I'm glad you did, because in some of the films, in Let There Be Light, your character starts off as an atheist, and that's who your character is, and the transformation your character goes through to become who he is.
I play like a Hitchens or a Dawkins, and
you do.
He's got a series of books out there. He's a rock. He's like Bill Maher. Okay, he's a rock and roll star with the atheists. And I have the latest book is called Aborting God, and I have a life-changing event that happens to me that challenges my worldview, and it's a pretty fascinating movie. So if people haven't seen it, it was in theaters for, I think, about 4 months, a couple years ago, but it's out streaming on Amazon, or you can go. It's out there on DVD, or you can go to sorbostudios.com, get an autographed copy. sorbostudios.com.
sorbostudios.com. Yeah, and I want to tell you, I did catch your little Easter egg in there in the one scene with you and Sam, and you're standing on either side of a poster. And it was Hercules more real than God. And I had to give you kudos for that because I saw it immediately and I go, dude, that was just perfect homage. I mean, I was like, it was great.
I got to throw that in there for the fans. I did it. I've done it in a couple other movies. I did a movie called Meet the Spartans. There's a spoof on 300.
Oh, is it? Okay. I love this.
It's in the vein of like David Zucker's movie, like Naked Gun and Airplane and things like that. I love that.
I have to
Mark
find
humor.
that.
And there's a fight scene at the very end where we're fighting the Persians, and I yelled to one guy, I said, "I'm going to go Hercules on your ass."
I love it.
And they kept it in the
I'm going to have to get that. That sounds really
It was pretty funny.
That's wonderful. Yeah. See, and I love that. And we want to keep talking about your upcoming stuff. So, but one thing I wanted to ask you about with your work with the National Stroke Association, right? Awareness Foundation. And I don't want to keep butchering the name. Do you feel comfortable enough sharing with us how you got involved in that and that aspect?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, at the end of season 5 on Hercules, I spent 7 years down there in that beautiful country filming Hercules, and pardon the sin of pride. By our 3rd year, we became the most watched show in the world.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Number one worldwide.
But at the end of season 5, I was having problems with my left shoulder and my arm. I couldn't figure what was going on with it, and I was doing most of my own stunts because my ego said that I could, and I enjoyed doing it. And I kept blowing it off, When I got back to LA, I was on Letterman, I was doing all the talk shows, promote my first big budget movie for Universal called Kull the Conqueror. Kull was the father of Conan in the books,
right?
And the books as well. And so I saw my doctor, and he found a lump way up here in my left subclavicle, and they want to do a biopsy on it. But before they do the biopsy, I went to see my chiropractor. Now, in 8 years, he's never cracked my neck because I always tell chiropractors prior to that, don't crack my neck, because I never liked it. I had it done before years ago. Didn't like the feeling of it. So he's never, ever cracked my neck. I'm laying on the table, and a voice says, "Don't let him crack your neck," over and over again. I thought, this is so weird. He cracks my neck for the first time ever in the 8 years. I stood up and I said, "Why did you do that?" And he goes, "Well, I felt you needed it." Well, within minutes, that aneurysm then had opened up and sent forth the brain had suffered 4 strokes. And I went from a guy that was in better shape than most people in their 20s. I was in my mid-30s at the time, to a guy that couldn't even stand up. And it took me 4 months to learn how to walk and balance again. It took me 3 years to fully recover from it. And I wrote a book called True Strength. And the subtitle, My Journey from Hercules to Mere Mortal and How Nearly Dying Saved My Life. And it opened up a whole nother world to me. And I didn't expect the book. I was hoping to do well through the fan base, and it did, but I didn't expect that it would lead into doing speaking engagements. And for the last 10 years, I've been averaging 15 to 20 speaking events a year. So it's been interesting ride, but it really is a book to motivate people that we're all going to hit roadblocks. God didn't promise us an easy life. So, we're here on this earth, and free will and all that kind of stuff going around us, and bad things do happen to good people, and unfortunately, these roadblocks pop up in all our lives. And how do you react to that? You can blame God, family, friends. You can blame a God you don't believe in, atheists, which they do, or you can look in the mirror and say, this is where I say, cue Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror" song. Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for what just happened to you, because these things do happen in life. So the book has a lot of humor in it. A lot of positive things, and I got to tell you, to this day, when people go online or when I speaking events and I autograph books afterwards, I've had people come up to me through the fan site and say, your book motivated me to start taking control of my life and stop blaming everybody, and really just sort of, okay, this happened. What are you going to do? Because that's what my wife said to me every time I got down. She said, "It happened. What are you going to do?" And I've always been a strong-willed person, so I probably did 10 times more than what the neurologists were telling me to do in terms of my therapy and recovery, because I'm an athlete at heart, and I just push myself.
That's wonderful. And now,
That's cool.
Can I ask, was there ever a point when you were going through those struggles?
Sure.
Was there ever a point that it affected your faith at all in any way, whether good or bad or not at all?
Oh, sure. I got angry. I think you go through those stages, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I was just about to do my second big budget movie for Universal. Universal was gearing me up to take over for Arnold as the next big action star.
Sure.
And that dream was taken away immediately. I mean, I did finish the last 2 years on Hercules. It was tough. It wasn't fun like the first 5 years because I went from a 14-hour workday to 1 hour a day to 2 hours a day. I mean, we slowly built up over the months. Just to keep the series going. But I was grateful for that because it gave me that light at the end of a long, dark tunnel. But I definitely battled, wrestled with God. I don't recommend it because God will beat you every time. But I went through that, and I went through those stages everybody goes through. But I got to the point that I realized that voice in my head was God warning me. He said, hey, I warned you not to let him crack your neck. You didn't pay attention to me. So next time, you know, my atheist buddy said, well, that's just a gut feeling. I call it what you want, but you've heard that voice too, and you say the gut feeling. Fine. But maybe it's good to listen to that gut feeling.
And for me, that gut feeling is actually in my heart. That's where I get those messages, just like you said. And the same thing. And you know, I mean, I could tell you, it's simple as go get your cell phone. You forgot your cell phone. Go get your cell phone. I'm just running down to Publix. I'm just going to run out. Yeah, I don't need my cell phone from Publix. As soon as I get on the road, the car starts choking and choking. I'm like, no, I did it again. I ignored it. Yeah. You know what so I totally get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. You have to listen to
it all the time, you know, and a lot of times you sit there and that message comes through you to do something. You know what? Just do it. It's going to take a minute to do it. But we all kind of go, I can do it later. Or we get too lazy. We get so, you know, we're so impatient with everything in life that, you know, we have like a 6-second attention span now with the internet. And, the internet to me is the Wild West anyway. As I warn my kids growing up, because now they're 15, 17, and 20. And I said, because it's on the internet and says something doesn't mean it's true. You know?
Thank you for doing that. Because I know it's right. Yeah, you know, I had a one of my last morning show partners in radio used to do that to me. Used to push my buttons with a incorrect word, just using it because he found it on the what was it, the Urban Dictionary. So the Urban Dictionary is the truth, right? Everything that's on there. I'm like, give me Webster's, please.
I like the message though, because I mean, Kevin, my name is also Kevin, and I come from a different life, and having positivity that just, you know, don't worry about what's happened, just deal with what you have. And I like that message. And little backstory is that I spent a lot of time in the joint for something I didn't do. And I used to watch so many series and shows, and I watched you morph Hercules to the Andromeda characters and stuff like that. So how do you go from that? I mean, how do you go from working as an actor and you're a hero dealing with things with strength, and then you're a hero dealing with things with your mind? How does that even transition, and how do you do that?
Well, I think you know, it comes to years of I think training as an actor, and I enjoy doing that. But I mean, it didn't hurt the fact that Hercules initially was just going to be 5 2-hour movies. And I got a whole year with Anthony Quinn, who's just like a legend, you know, 6 Academy Award nominations and 2 wins. And he became a very good friend up until he passed away. I went to his funeral and everything. When Andromeda came along, it was a totally opposite, different, I mean, viewpoint in terms of what acting was going to be, because I'm a big Star Trek fan. And when Major Roddenberry called me up and said, look, my husband wrote this show back in 1969 when the original Star Trek series was finished. And the captain he created in this next series is called Captain Dylan Hunt. And that's the first captain after Captain Kirk. And I said, wait, Major, are you telling me you're asking me to play this role? And she said, yes. And I said, well, then shut up. Just sign me. I'm ready to do it right now. You know? And my wife says I went from Herc to Kirk. So
that's
you know, as an actor, it really comes down to the writing as well. And, you know, those doors, that happened those 12 straight years. I was in New Zealand 7 years, up in Vancouver, beautiful Canada for 5 years. So from 1993 to 2005, I was out of the country. And then from then on, I just sort of got into the movie world and a lot of independent movies, because Hollywood kind of banished me about 6-7 years after that. Around 2012, my manager and agent said, well, you're conservative and you're Christian, so you're a double leper to us. We don't need to work with you anymore. And I was like, wow. You guys are the ones who scream for tolerance, but boom, tolerance is a one-way street with these guys. And it's sad because I don't harbor that kind of anger and hate towards them. I really don't. I don't understand I get trolls following me. Facebook took me down, but I always get a couple of these, there's like a half a dozen trolls that follow me on Twitter. Doesn't matter what I say. They attack me and come after me. And they have so much anger and so much hate. And you kind of go, wow, guys, get a life. I'd love to interview these trolls out there, because I swear to God, I think there's a common denominator with all of them. I'm sure all of them don't have jobs, and if they do, they don't like it. I'm sure none of them have relationships, and they hate that, or if they do, they don't like their relationship. Yeah. And they're probably living off your tax dollars and mine. And George Soros is probably paying them to wear a mask as Antifa brother. Right. So, it's sad to me that there's so much anger, hate out there, because people don't like themselves, and that's what it really comes down to.
And I definitely agree with you there. I mean, it's such a difficult thing, as you said, especially when you are walking the road less traveled. And we all know, as creatives and as empaths. Yes.
Rose, you know what I say? When I do my speaking events, I say, you know what? Jesus took the road less traveled, was constantly attacked. I'm now taking the road less traveled. I'm not the only one taking that kind of road.
No, you're not.
I want to turn the road less traveled into a super highway. So I think we all work on that really hard. We can make this happen.
Absolutely. And that's what we agree on, that all of us, because we're all empaths here, we're all creatives here, we're all, we know, we give of ourselves because we were given a talent, we were given a purpose, and we know what that is, and we just give. For me, it was always create. That was my message. You never tear down, you just create and build. So that's what I keep doing. And I wanted to bring up, I don't mean to go back, but I wanted to ask you about that with working with Miguel and doing Gene Roddenberry posthumously, because yes, I too am a Trekkie from the original all the way through. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a total sci-fi geek. I'm the biggest nerding geek on the planet. So and I know we talked about that, but I just wanted to say, I wanted to comment that must have been really amazing if you're being a fan and being able to do that.
I loved it. I was very blessed to work on 2 series that I had great co-stars with me, and a great crew, really great crews on both those shows. Most of my crew on Andromeda were from the X-Files series. And so initially, before that, they were on the, what was that one with Johnny Depp and Peter, oh my gosh, what was that show?
21 Jump Street?
21 Jump Street, exactly. Very good.
Yeah. Thank you.
To be on those things, I mean, when I was in college, it was 10:30 was the reruns of Twilight Zone, 11 o'clock was the reruns of Star Trek. So my parents called me at that time. I go, I'm really busy studying, Mom. I can't. But,
Star Trek's on.
To jump on that bandwagon and be part of that was awesome. And by the way, Andromeda from the start was the #1 show in first-run syndication in America. It reached 150 countries. We were supposed to have season 6 and 7. We were the #1 show. We had to be canceled at season 5 at the end of it because Tribune Company out of Chicago went into bankruptcy. We were one of the few things that was making money for them. They owned the show. So freeze all their assets. So the of course, lawyers get together. What happens on both sides? A lot of collusion, right? Let's keep this lawsuit going and soak them for more money. Right. But it was like 6.5 years later before it was so-called settled. And they never went back to season 6 and 7, which is very sad because it had been 44 more episodes for fans. And that's the way it goes. Welcome to the world of, entertainment. Because, it was a bummer. We enjoyed the show and just had a blast doing it. And we had Stargate shooting just down the road from us.
Did you? That's hilarious. Yeah, Richard, you had all of that. So going back to your future.
We need to run to a break. I'm sorry to cut in, but we're getting close. We got to take that quick moment break. And I hold the thought.
All right.
Okay, do you guys mind? We'll be right back in one moment. Thank you, guys. We'll be right on back here. Okay. Yeah. Let me pull that bad boy up. There we go.
I'm Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists on Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Duke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, jewels, and more. So, Kevin,
we're back with Kevin
yes.
Sorbo, live with Neve. And
Thank you.
Here we are. Glad to be here with you.
Yes, we are glad to be here with you. So, Kevin, tell us more about what you have upcoming. I know we have a Miracle in East Texas coming up. I also wanted to touch on again, with the girl who believed in miracles was just adorable. I mean,
Oh, your mic.
So a quick question while she's dealing with that. How do you keep your fitness regimen? I mean, 'cause I'm 44 and I'm a fitness guy. How do you keep your fitness regimen where you're at? Because, I mean, really, it's like you haven't aged a day.
Dude, I know I have. People are very kind when I do these autograph shows at Comic Cons. Well, you look exactly the same. I look in the mirror and go, nah, I don't. But I mean, it's like I shot Hercules all through my 30s, So you said you're in your, 44? I'd love to be 44 again. I remember when I was 12 and 13 years old, I thought 30 years old were old people, So I wish I could have froze my age in the mid 30s for like 50 years and start aging from there. But I still work out every day. It's still in my system. I mean, I'm 20 pounds lighter than the Hercules years. I'm 6'3", I'm 210. I was 230 back on Hercules, but I was, through my 20s and 30s, even into my 40s, I was still pretty strong, But you get older and it's tough with the metabolism, man. I try, but I work out every day. I do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio every day. I got the machines for it upstairs in the gym here at the house, or I hit the road on my bike. And I've got a full array of weights. I mean, I still lift. I just can't lift nearly what I used to. I tell you, my 20-year-old son has really hit the weights hard the last couple of years. He's 6'5", so he's got 2 inches on me, and he's at 230 right now. And he's doing, I mean, the guy is getting stronger and stronger constantly right now. But, I just do it because I think once you start doing it, if you're an athlete like you are as well, your body craves it. And I think a lot of people don't work out, and they should work out. I think if they worked out like 4 days a week for the first couple of weeks, then they would get in that groove and they'd want to do it because it's your body wants it. I get grumpy if I don't work out. I need to do something. Stretching is great too. Do stretching, do yoga, do whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to work out. I tell people that have a hard time sleeping at night, I say, at nighttime when you're watching TV or whatever you're doing before you go to bed, just get down on your carpet and lay there and stretch for like 15, 20 minutes while you're watching whatever you're watching. And that'll relax your mind, relax your body, and you'll sleep better. Trust me.
And it keeps you positive. And it keeps you
no question.
positive. You get rid of that toxic energy that you have in your system, and you can always deal with,
Well, I've had the #1 after school program in the state of California for 24 years. Obviously, I'm in Florida now, so I'm not really there anymore. But we have 12 schools. We work over 12,000 kids. It's called the World Fit for Kids. People can go to World Fit for Kids, the word for, not the number for, worldfitforkids.org. I work with over 12,000 kids in the inner city schools of Los Angeles. LA Unified is one of the worst school districts in the country. Thank God for COVID. The only thing, that positive thing, COVID, was showed how horrible our public education system is. I've known that for decades. Right. But LA Unified has a 54% dropout rate. 54%, starting as low as 5th grade, if you can believe that. My program has averaged a 98% graduation rate and a 67% higher GPA the 3 hours we work with kids every day after school. We do physical exercise the first hour. We work with their school this second hour, third hour. We deal with their problems. What's going on? Hey, I'm a 16-year-old girl. I'm pregnant. What am I going to do? So we work with these kids. We give them hope. We give them self-esteem. We give them something to look forward to. And after you work out, I guarantee as you know, your attention and your retention levels spike. I mean, you're ready to go. You had a good workout and your body's like, boom, feeling good.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, go ahead, Neil.
It's funny you mentioned the aging process because I've been a drummer my whole life. So it's similar to being an athlete, only we have, we have better hours all night long, right? But what I found is trying to keep up my stamina. I broke my shoulder and arm in 5 places. Took a lot of rehab. I'm still going through it. But I find what you said rings true now, hitting 60. Like the things that I used to do, if I could have held at 40, I was in the best health I've ever been in my life. And it's hard now, post-disability, to even do anything. But,
sure.
You got to still have that you got to wake up every day and just put in the time. It's like anything else.
You do. You can find an hour. You can find an hour. It's not that difficult, but people come up with all kinds of excuses, and that's it's just. I mean, we get lazy. Look, America is like the most obese country in the world. I mean, think about that. It's unbelievable what we've done to ourselves and with our foods, everything like that. Look, I got a sweet tooth too, but I think you got to find a balance in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And because I had fibromyalgia, but I learned the whole way to do things the right way, the healthy way, and to eliminate all of those symptoms. So I mean,
Yeah,
health
good
and
food
wellness is a
and
great
getting
thing.
lots of sleep is so important. I don't do very great at it yet, but it's better than it has been, historically. I've gotten by on like 4 hours for a lot of my life. And
I'm with you. I'm like 5 hours. I hate that. I'm out of bed by 4:30 every day, and I don't need an alarm. I just wake up.
Yep, that's circadian rhythm there going.
Hey, I've already played 18 holes of golf this morning. So
did you really? Good.
for you, man.
Congratulations.
I go every morning. I won't join a course unless they let me go out first every day.
Right.
And I am quick. I don't get in the way of the workers out there if they're mowing the fairway or they're mowing the greens. But I just buzz. I put on. I'm either in a Frank Sinatra mood or I'm in Leonard Skinner mood or I'm in a heavy rock and roll mood. It depends on my mood with my music. But I just put it on and go.
That's great.
Speaking of which, what is your favorite type of music genre?
I'm still a 70s kid growing up. I mean, I'm still Queen and Journey and Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. Supertramp, Journey, REO Speedwagon, Little River Band. I mean, I got a good mixture of that 70s thing, and there's so many great groups from that decade as well. And
great
it's just,
songwriting time.
Yeah, Boston. There's just so many out there. I've done so many talk shows through the years. It's been a while because they don't invite me back anymore. But I remember, I got to be on Leonard Skinner, which is one of my favorite bands of all time, and I said, "Can I get a photo with the guy?" He says, "We want one with you," and I was like, "That's cool." So it's like, it's just there's just so many good. Queen. I got to meet Queen a couple times back in the day, and it's been pretty fun to meet some of the heroes. But you talk about Star Trek.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a little kid watching reruns of Shatner, and now I know Bill Shatner really well. I've been to his house many times for Monday Night Football, and we go to these autograph shows together. He takes me out to dinner, and it's a hoot.
Hilarious.
Denny Craig.
Dude is nonstop.
He's a great guy.
The guy that's like 90 years old, the energy he's got is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And he's funny as hell. He's such a funny guy.
He is. I actually saw him at a con with most of the Next Gen crew there.
Sure.
And he was doing he was kind of being the MC, and the way he handled it was very, very well. It was excellent.
No.
It was very funny.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I got maybe 2 more minutes here, then I got to roll.
Cool. So do we. So thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you for everything. Please let our audience know what's coming up next, where they can go and find all of your information, kevinsorbo.net, and anywhere else.
The best place, kevinsorbo.net is they can go there as well, but sorbostudios.com, sorbostudios.com. It's got that. It's kevinsorbo.net's in there. My wife and I put all of our sites together. It's one-stop shopping, whether you want to get a book or DVD or you want us to give a shout out to somebody, it's all on there. Please sign up. It gives you a list. We'll keep you up to date with things coming up. Not only am I filming Left Behind movie, but I got a Western called Trailblazers. I'm shooting with Dean Cain and Antonio Sabato. And I've got about 4 or 5 other movies that are a go for next year already. And 2 of them are sci-fi movies, which I still love doing sci-fi movies. And staying busy, guys. So I'm still plugging along. I got 2 television shows. We hope one of the 2 gets picked up. One's called Pieces. It's a hour drama dealing with troubled teenagers. Are there any troubled teens out there? And then the other one is called Meet the Potwins. It's called The Potwins. It's sort of like Last Man Standing, Tim Allen's show. And Barry Bostwick is in it with me, the wonderful Barry Bostwick. You might remember him as the crazy mayor on Spin City with Michael J. Fox. I mean, great guy.
Great. Oh, wonderful.
Very nice.
We'll look forward for all those. Thank
Cool.
you once again, Kevin.
Thank you very much for being on. And I hope.
Hey, when Miracle in East Texas comes out late January, early February, let's get again to give that a plug.
That'll be great.
Absolutely.
We'll be watching for it for sure.
Cool.
Yes.
All right.
Love what
have
you're
a
doing
great
for the
day.
kids.
Enjoy
Man.
that
Love
Florida
it.
sun, and we'll see you again sometime.
Nice to meet you, Irish Kev. I'm a Norwegian Kev, so there you go.
All right.
All right.
It's
Thank
a
you, Kevin.
good thing.
Take care, guys.
We'll talk to
Bless.
you soon.
Thanks.
Bye. God bless.
All right, everybody. Kevin Sorbo, how about it?
What a great,
I have to say,
guy.
Jules, what a great guest. You're the girl.
Hey, it's
Woman
not
with a plan.
me. It wasn't me. I just am the conduit. So thank
Well,
you guys. And I know
Jules,
we
you
got
are the light. If you have not realized it yet, you are the light.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are sweet. I can't do it without you, gentlemen.
We love you,
I love
Jules.
you. Love you too. I'll see you guys
All right,
in a little
everybody.
bit. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
See ya. We're out of here.